and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about this. That is Tropical Storm Henri, but I pronounce it Henry because Henri is kind of weird. There's an H there. So anyway, Henri has maximum sustained winds of 65 miles an hour, minimum central pressure of 997 millibars, and is moving west-northwest at 8 miles an hour. So, all the way down here is the cone. Now, currently this cone is shifting further west. This is important because now the National Hurricane Center shows the storm making landfall in Cape Cod, and then kicking back out into the Atlantic. Now, this may be a hurricane or a strong tropical storm at that point. If we go to the wind speed probabilities, tropical storm force winds, we look at that yellow-orange area. Most of New England is in that range. At least 30% chance of tropical storm force winds. Now, if we go to hurricane force winds, there are many areas and at least 5% chance of hurricane force winds. So, the further west this continues to lean, the worse it's going to get. So, then you look at 50 knots, right around, between like 45 and 60 miles an hour. That is at least 30% in all of southeast New England, and across most of southern New England, it's at least 10%. So, let's move on here to the NAM. So here's Henry, and let's just click through here. You can see that it's still moving toward the west, but it takes a turn toward the north. That's because of a high pressure, and there's multiple high pressures still steering this around. And now you can see that everything kind of gets embedded. You see a shield of rain, everything gets pushed off, and then 984 millibars, and the NAM has this making landfall in Long Island and Connecticut, which is even worse. That's further west. That means that more of the population centers are going to be impacted by this storm. This scenario puts New York City under the gun instead of Boston. Now, Boston is still involved. They'll still get plenty of rain as well as some wind, but most of the tropical storm strength winds would be in the New York City metro area. So, let's take a look through some of the impacts here from Henry. Starting off with the rain, plenty of rain. At least 2 inches across most of southern New England. And then let's take a look at the let's go down here. Boom. So here's Henry. This is all in knots, so you can see right around 70 to 90 miles an hour, or knots. It's a little bit different. But in that scenario, you have at least 60 knot winds across most of southern New England. Now, at that point, you're looking at right around strong tropical storm force winds. And, of course, New York City is further inland from the point where it makes landfall. But if you go right before landfall here, right here, Rhode Island, 66, that's hurricane force. But when you get to New York City, it's probably right around 50. So that's not horrible, but it's not good either. So, let's go, all in all, what would this mean? This means that populated areas, power lines, a lot of trees, is going to get plenty of rain on top of an already soaked landscape. The remnants of Fred just moved through there. Plus, strong winds. So those trees would come down. There's already saturated soil, plus the winds. plus the rain, it's not good. It's like the perfect storm for that area. It's basically, for all of you who live in the Northeast, it is a nor'easter on steroids. So, comment in the comment section below, what do you think is going to happen with this storm? Do you think it's going to stay off to sea? Do you think the National Hurricane Center is correct at this point, that it's going to make landfall in very east New England? Or is the NAM right, in which a much more significant outcome happens? But that is all I have for today. If you liked this video, consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell. But I will see you guys next time.